Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. Is now early morning Monday, November 5th. I actually ran down to the post office, probably came in Saturday, knowing Toys R Us. But if you recall from, the LightCores, I'd previously pre-ordered every LightCore. They obviously screwed up on a Rupture, shipped two of them instead of Hex. That said, Jet-Vac kind of hit that medium point where they didn't drag it out long enough to get him and didn't keep him. But nonetheless, I kind of let that order go, and I actually got LightCore Jet-Vac here. We'll go ahead and pull him. Debated opening him or not, but since they were nice enough to package it in one of those padded envelopes, you can see that nice crease there. I'm actually going to find out for the first time if he lights up. Looks like he took a pretty heavy hit here. Again, it looks like Toys R Us and the Postal Service dish out more damage than chaos from time to time. But nonetheless, again, you've probably heard me say this before, but Jet-Vac is the Skylander that I was looking the most forward to, at least out of the brand new Skylanders. Just really like the look of him, kind of like Warnado last time. Really looked forward to him. This time, it was, for me personally, it was Jet-Vac. Obviously, one of the first things I unboxed is a triple pack. That's where you see a legendary Jet-Vac, and then of course from the starter pack, console starter pack anyway, not the 3DS, we get regular Jet-Vac there. But as you can see, the Light-Vac is an entirely different pose. We'll kind of showcase that when he's unboxed. That glaring in the back isn't actually the light. Well, part of it is, but the majority of it is the holographic card. That said, here is a good look at the box art for LightCore Jet-Vac. You can kind of get a good look at the character there, and again the holographic card in the back. Again, note on the LightCore they've got kind of the hologram effect here, and then of course they're labeled there. Not compatible at all with Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, and then does work with Skylanders Giants. Again, if this was a Series 1 LightCore, you could conceivably play it in Spyro's Adventure like Prism Break or Drobot and a Rupture you see back there. They won't have any of the special effects or anything. It'd just be like a standard Series 1. But since this is not only a LightCore but also Series 2, it's just like if you tried to stick Chill Sprocket or Flashwing on the Portal of Power. They actually just simply come up with that screen that they can't be read. Interestingly enough, here on the back side, we've got the Jet-Vac box art. You can kind of see here's LightCore Jet-Vac Sonic Boom, Jet-Vac Standard Pose, and then of course Whirlwind Series 2 Repose. The LightCore inset is Prism Break, of course, and then of course right here we have LightCore Power and the Flash Bomb effect. For some reason I always alternate between Light Bomb and Flash Bomb, but essentially what's special about these is when you place them on the Portal of Power for the first time coming into a game, it's kind of a weird deal. If it was just switching an elemental zone or something, it wouldn't be a big effect, but say that you're in a Chompy Pit or something with a ton of enemies around and you just lost Igniter. If you have a LightCore figure, you simply place them on the portal, and then there's just kind of this, I guess that's why they call it a flash bomb, this radius of light that comes out and basically decimates the screen. It's kind of cool. I'm not sure how useful it will be exactly, but that's their special deal. Sadly, on the LightCore, they did not give them Wow Pow powers. That's not only for the Series 2 LightCore, but also the Series 1, like a Rupture, Prism Break, Hex, etc. Really wish they would have done that. That would have taken the LightCore not only on something aesthetically, but it would have given them two big reasons to kind of go that route. That said, we will see if we can't get in here. I know between Ohio and here, it looks like the Postal Service almost unboxed it for me. That said, hopefully he lights up. I probably should have checked that before unboxing him, now that I fully think about it. That said, my local Toys R Us has been pretty good to me, so hopefully they will believe me if there's an issue. But we'll go ahead and pull him out here. Bust out that card I'm sure everybody's wanting to see. Alright, so what we get inside the packaging, aside from Jet-Vac himself, is his stat card. And then down here, we've actually got his sticker sheet. Note that it matches his LightCore position. More on this, I'll do a comparison for you. I know that's probably what people are wanting to see right now, but over here you'd have the QR code, his name, and then on this side you'd have the web code. We'll set that aside. This is really holographic here, kind of hard to see, but his power or strength is 65 of 150, defense or armor 50 of 150, agility 80 of 150, and luck 90 of 150. That totals out at what, 170, 220, 285. So a considerable step up there. I've seen 270s and 285s on the cards. Again, not that it really matters. I do want to point out before we get the figure up here, again, this is the LightCore card, obviously. And then note that his position there is actually different than you see with the regular card and with the legendary card. Comparing it to regular, LightCore is +5 power, same on defense, +10 on agility, and +10 on luck. Now we'll come in and do a comparison legendary card to LightCore card. Again, defense, strength or power, he is +5 over the legendary counterpart. Defense is the same at 50. His agility is 80, just like on the legendary version. And then interestingly enough, his luck on LightCore is 90, whereas it's 85 here in the legendary version. So basically the only statistical difference card-wise between LightCore Jet-Vac and legendary Jet-Vac is his luck, which is +5 for the LightCore. Again, just to give you a full effect and compare the legendary and standard counterparts here, 60 and 60, 50, 50, +10 on agility, legendary over standard, and then +5 luck over the standard version. And just since I'm sure someone would ask, comparison between standard Jet-Vac, non-legendary, and LightCore Jet-Vac. It's really hard for me to get this where you can see it, but strength will be +5 for the LightCore version. Defense is the same at 50 across all three. Agility is +10, and his luck is +10. So again, there's your differences between the three. And in addition to the stats, like I wanted to point out, you do have a different pose. Kind of makes the LightCore, I guess, that much more unique. We will now set that down. I want to come in now. We'll go ahead and showcase his LightCore figure here, give you a good look at it. Obviously, looks very, very cool. There's a good look at the center here. It's actually the Air Element logo. I'm not sure if you can tell that. It's actually kind of hard to pick up here, but the reason I say that, you can actually see it there on the standard Jet-Vac belt. It is the same design here in this clear lens. It's just hard to pick up on the camera. His gun, if we look down the barrel of that, hopefully you won't shoot the camera out. Nothing's too special there. And then on the back you have a very good look at his vacuum. The story on Jet-Vac is a pretty cool one. He was actually growing up as a very, very young child. He was given his magical wings. That was kind of a tradition with the Sky Barons. One day his homeland was invaded. Not sure if it was trolls, cyclops, or what exactly. But he made a very noble gesture. He gave his magical Sky Baron wings to a mother and her children. This allowed the mother to fly the children to safety. Master Eon, head portal master, got word of this. He was so impressed by it that he actually gave Jet-Vac, his Jet-Vac, if you will, the vacuum. And this, of course, allowed him not only to fly again, but also to shoot the puffs of air and, have the vacuum powers, etc. That said, I want to come in now and actually contrast these figures for you. Note that the LightCore, obviously it lights up, but it's a totally different pose. Where this Jet-Vac, you kind of have, he's about to shoot. This is almost like he's warning you that he's about to shoot. Or perhaps he's already shot and now he's just kind of surveying and taking damage and asking if anyone else wants some. That said, he's basically, the arm is extended in a standard pose. It's upright almost at I don't know, 75 degrees or so there. Interestingly enough, he does have the same number of fingers as 4. Sometimes you run into issues where they don't. Coming around over here, we'll take a look at the backside. He's got roughly the same helmet, same look with his feathers. The vacuum canister on Legendary is actually a much more translucent plastic. See through it a lot better than you do on this one. This one's almost like an oxidized or fogged up headlight. You might see on like a decade-old car, where this one looks like brand new, brilliant crystal. Other big difference is just simply the vacuum, hose, cord, whatever you want to call it. It's just a little bit different of a position there on the LightCore. Again, the Legendary counterpart is the exact same thing as I just showed you with the new Jet-Vac, just in a different color. There's a good look at those two contrasted. And of course, now what I want to do, since he is a LightCore, that means he lights up. Okay, but again, I can't remember if I stressed this again or not in the beginning of the video, but when you unbox any Giant or LightCore, make sure you exercise extra caution. A lot of people, get them home, unbox them. They're, as you saw when I just unboxed Chill, it was a complete pain to get her out. It's very easy, apparently, I guess, to kind of send something loose and make these, where they lose their light up effect. So again, just sort of be extra careful. That said, since he is LightCore, we will show him off here. Can get a pretty good feel for it. That little gem in his chest, the buckle, if you will, that I said was the Air Element logo. You see it lit up, and then the gun lights up very well. Almost looks like a skull inside. I know it's not. I'd kind of hoped that canister would light up itself, but it looks like what they did is this same filament here that's going to light up his buckle actually does kind of shine through into the canister. That could be why it's kind of a more translucent. I get the feeling that Jet-Vac's going to be one of the ones that shows up really good with the lights out. I'm going to go turn those off. I think that'll give you, in person, this is a very vibrant blue. In the camera, it's just kind of like a, I don't know, maybe like a sky blue at best. So I'm going to kill the lights. I think it'll give you a better feel for it. Yeah, I think that'll do the trick. Bear in mind, this is the wireless portal, but this still doesn't give you quite the blue that it is in person. I mean, in person, it's like a, I don't know, almost like a B5, a bright blue color, if you will. Looks really good. It's not the sky blue or the kind of white that you kind of see in the camera right now. There's kind of a look directly into the bulb. I don't know. It's still not doing the color justice. You'll have to take my word for it. The blue that you see right there, take that 3 to 4 shades darker, and it looks really cool in person. There's a good look at him on the Portal of Power for you. But like I said, this is one I had learned from my previous unboxings of the Giants and the LightCore that actually tends to show the color very well. For whatever reason, that blue, it's not really, like I said, giving it, kind of the deeper color that it is in person. But again, I feel like the others, they've all been pretty dadgum accurate, but you can tell how insanely bright that actually is. My lights are obviously back on, and you can kind of pick up just the glaring intensity there. Same with the gun, that's not directly looking at it, but just shining through the side. And again, on the back side, you can kind of see how that lights up. But again, take my word for it, this is one that in person is going to look much better than it does in this video. That said, LightCore Jet-Vac, very cool character. I'm excited. Again, the LightCore, kind of a bit of a disappointment that they don't have, the wow pow powers, or anything else to kind of set them apart aside from the flash bomb. But that said, I'm a big Jet-Vac fan. Haven't gotten to upgrade him in the game yet, but just based on his, primary and secondary attacks, I'm really liking him. if you are on a budget, and you're just kind of gonna pick up a few of the LightCore, I honestly think Prism Break is the best one currently out. And as far as the new ones, obviously there's not many out, but Jet-Vac does look very cool in person. This is one where I know the camera does not do it justice. But on top of that, it's just a pretty cool kind of authoritative pose that he's in. So again, the price, $11.99. I've seen this locally the first time. It was this past week when I picked up Sprocket and Flashwing. That said, it should be getting easier to find as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Past that, there's no guarantees. It kind of depends what the scalpers are doing on eBay in terms of how they amp things up. But I think if you want them, you should be able to locate them pretty easy. $11.99 is the price for the LightCores. Again, mine was pre-ordered well in advance of the game from Toys R Us. But I did see him. I think I saw him at Walmart, GameStop, and Toys R Us. Didn't see him at Target. My Target it's either feast or famine there, in all honesty. But if you're looking for him, I think you can get him. Again, $11.99 is the retail price. Mine was from ToysRUs.com. If you can get him in person, I would recommend that, particularly LightCores and Giants. You saw the packaging I got from Toys R Us this time. Had that dent, whatever did that, actually been a little lower. It could very easily have been a deal where it made contact either with the gun or with his buckle here, and or medallion on the vest. Not quite sure what it is. I'll just continually refer to it as a buckle. But bottom line, there is a chance that freight damage could happen. So if you do get the opportunity, go to a store, throw it on their portal of power, make sure things work. And again, just when you open it up at home, just kind of exercise extra caution with the light up figures. But again, what you get is LightCore Jet-Vac. You get the special holographic card, and then of course the sticker sheet, web code, etc. You know the drill by now. Questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube. Or for a much quicker response, the blog, the video description will have a link to this post right first thing. I do tend to get to the blog much quicker than I do the YouTube comments. That way, if it's anything pressing that isn't answered in the video or the blog post, hopefully I'll be able to help you out there in a timely manner. But you can also follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. Here's a good look at the three Jet-Vacs. It's really hard to beat his original pose. The Legendary, again, I feel like the coloring on the original is better, but it does make him more bold and pronounced. And then the LightCore pose, actually a big fan of that one as well. But again, here are your three options for Jet-Vac. If you're a Jet-Vac fan, this is a great thing, because you've got obviously Legendary version and a LightCore version, which is kind of pretty rare to have that many right off the bat. But nonetheless, very cool character, very cool LightCore. Especially neat that it does come through. Video didn't really do a good job showing it, but that blue light does come into this canister on the back of the vacuum. But like I said, hopefully this helps you out. Thanks for watching, and we will look forward to introducing him into story mode here shortly.